Hello everyone, I am Erika of beadingschool.com and you are watching Coffee Time with Erika, my weekly BD broadcast. Today I have a special guest joining me soon, Rowena of the Bead Workers Guild, and she's bringing us a beautiful pattern that fits the season perfectly so we can bead together a very nice, lacy and fast snowflake with Rowena. Can you hear me? Can you see me? I would like to make sure that everything is all right before I invite Rowena to join me. And hi, Jessica, and hi, Eleanor, and Snezana, and Marianne. Aniko is here. Ariane says she can see me and she can hear me. Robina is here, and Gunnar is here. So now I would like to invite Rowena. Just a moment. She will be here with us.
Hi.
Hi, Rowena.
Hi, Erika. I'm so excited to be here.
Thank you so much for accepting my invitation. It's such a pleasure to have you here.
Oh, not at all. It's an honor. I love watching Coffee Time with Erika, and also your No One Has to Bead Alone. So it's super cool to be able to be here representing the Bead Workers Guild.
Thank you so much, and thank you so much for bringing us this cute pattern. I already have half an earring ready from it. Yay!
I'm wearing them as earrings. I have to admit, these are fast becoming my new favorite, which I say about every pair, but I swear, honestly, I absolutely love these. They're super lightweight and super quick to make, which is always helpful.
But I really like about them that they look like lace.
Yeah, it's really good.
So delicate.
Yeah, because you've got such tiny beads, the WEE size 15s with the SuperDuos, it does kind of give that real nice contrast, which is lovely.
So, we will tell you more about how you can use the little snowflakes and what you need to make them in a little while. But before we would get started, I would like to introduce you a bit the Bead Workers Guild and Rowena, of course, and one of my favorite things. I can't select what is my favorite thing between everything what the guild does because you guys do so many things, including the International Beading Week. But since I just recently received this, then with my attention span, my new favorite is, of course, the newest issue of the journal.
Yeah.
So, Rowena is the editor.
Yeah. I am. It's such it's a really, really lovely job. So I'm the editor of the journal, and the guild puts out 4 journals a year in April, July, October, and January. So our year runs kind of April through to the following March. So that's our October issue that Erika's lovingly waving there. I'm super biased, but I love the journal, and it's such a fun job getting to produce it, and I love hearing feedback about it, and it's just such a dream job.
Yeah, for a second I was like jealous, but then beading school is such a big dream job. I
can imagine. I feel like we're both very lucky.
I agree. So I have the newest issue of the journal in my hand, and I'm absolutely in love with the ornaments that are on the cover.
Yeah, So we've got ornaments there by Cheryl O'Brien, who goes by Hooking to the Beat, and you might have seen her Facebook pages. And it's our first time in the journal, which was super, super exciting. And then we have one from Helen McIntyre as well, who's doing an amazing series on the Cellini platonic solids, as if platonic solids couldn't get cooler, they just did. So that's really exciting. It was a really lovely issue, and I'm currently working on the January's issue, which goes to print just after Christmas. And I have to say there's an exciting twist in January's journal. That's all I'll tell you, but it's super, super fun, and I really love it.
Oh, you are a worse teaser than I am.
Sorry. But yeah, and I think there's a lot of similarities between the Bead Workers Guild and what you do, Erika, because like you say, there are so many elements of the guild. And one of our core things is we're all about obviously teaching and educating, which Erika, I mean, you give so much away for free. It's brilliant. It's fantastic. And our other thing is definitely community. And I mean, you're the queen of Facebook Lives. You're always, you know, encouraging your community, and it's so wonderful to see that. And we actually had a feature on you in our October issue on your No One Has to Bead Alone, and how helpful that has been for people, kind of especially mental health wise through the last couple of years. So I feel like this is a match made in heaven. If only I could have flown out to be with you in person.
Well, we will soon be meeting in person, actually.
Yeah, that's so exciting. Yeah, so we have our Great British Bead Show in May in Daventry, which is way down south from me and way north-ish from you. Which is 3 days of workshops, 1 day workshops offered by lots of different tutors, and then on the last day we have a bead bazaar, which is brilliant. And Erika is, oh, she's coming over with just the most gorgeous scrummy projects. I got to see them in person because I sent them to the photographer, and oh, they were just, I'm so excited for your masterclass and for all your other classes. I think they're going to be great.
Well, I can't wait to like meet you all.
Yeah.
Or UK beaders,
No.
and also to teach the projects at the show. Like I came up with all three of them specifically for the show.
Oh,
and I was thinking about like always bringing a trick, a twist, or like focusing on something specific that like learning that thing would really like benefit beaders. So I'm looking forward to the
Oh, I can't wait. Honestly, I've got classes on the same days, and I'm really hoping that they don't get booked so I can do yours instead. I shouldn't. I think it's going to be so much fun. I'm so excited, and the hotel is lovely, and it's really lovely seeing all the beaders in real life and working out how tall they are, because you can't tell that from on screen. So I'm very excited to see how tall you are, Erika.
Well, I'm very excited about it. And like back to the journal, like it's like full of projects, full of interviews always. And even my friend and colleague Susie had a tutorial in it earlier this year. And my first ever cover jewel was happening with you. So thank you so much for that opportunity.
Oh, not at all. That's kind of again part of the real joy of the Bead Workers Guild, is that we're always on the lookout for projects, and we love having new designers and featuring new designers. So we're always looking for people to kind of send us anything that they've designed. We love to see it, we love to share it, and we love to just really expand everyone's beading knowledge and bead collection and all of that jazz. And then the stuff that comes out of the Beading School, out of you, Erika, and out of your fantastic colleague Susie is just gorgeous. Oh, it's stunning.
Thank you so much, Rowena. And before we would go down to beading, because we have some serious job to do with some beautiful snowflakes, I would like to mention that Beading School would like to give away a whole year subscription for the Bead Workers Guild journal as a gift to a beader. So at the end of today's video, you can learn about it, that how can you be that lucky beader who can enjoy the journal.
Oh, that's such a lovely thing to do. Thank you, Erika. That would be really, really lovely. We just love having new members and getting to meet them and stuff. So that's really, really lovely of you. Thank you, Erika.
It's a pleasure. And like I have a strong belief that if everyone would start beading and just focusing on our sparkle and bead mats and making beady friends, the world would be a better place. So
a much better place.
Beading for world peace.
A much better place. Sign me up. I'm there.
So Rowena brought us a beautiful project that fits the upcoming holiday season perfectly. And the tutorial, again, is a gift of the Bead Workers Guild and Rowena. So thank you so much for it.
Oh,
And for 3 days, you are able to download the tutorial, the printable file from Beadingschool, and I will post the link shortly. But I think the best is if you just grab your beads and you bead it together with us now.
Yeah, it's a super simple beading project. I designed these purely because I love earrings. Anyone who knows me knows that earrings are my thing. And I wanted to make lots of earrings for gifts, but as we are all aware, December is just around the corner. So I needed something super quick to make. So these are maximum impact for minimum time. That's kind of my moral, really.
So I just made a quick round on the Bead Workers page and on the Beading School page to post the link in the comment field. So you ladies, if you click on the link, then you can download the tutorial and save it to your computer, print it, open it on another device, so it's easier for you to follow it while we are working on it. And Rowena, can you please tell us, what do we need today to make the snowflakes?
Yeah, of course. So today, to make the snowflakes, you're gonna need 12, for one snowflake, you just need 12 SuperDuos, half a gram of size 15 seed beads, ideally Miyuki, just because they're nice and even, but other seed beads will also work, and half a gram of size 11 seed beads, again, ideally Miyuki, but I'm sure other ones would work. You'll need a needle and you'll need your favorite beading thread.
So all kinds of threads are okay today?
Yeah, absolutely. We've got no sharp edges and the tension's not too tight, so we don't need to worry about kind of splitting thread or anything like that. I use Nymo, that's just because that's my personal favorite, but whatever works for you is fantastic.
Okay, so that's great, because then you tested one type of beading thread and I made it with another type of beading thread. I'm a Fireline enthusiast, so that was also wonderful for the snowflake.
Yeah, I can imagine that would work so well because it's nice and clear, so you wouldn't kind of see your thread paths, because we do go through, you know, from one hole in the SuperDuo to the other. So if you're using a contrast thread, please be aware that you might just see just a wee bit poking through that.
Yeah, I actually have just the black one, and then I covered the middle of my snowflake with a rhinestone. So I will show it to everyone at the end, so you see how you can do it.
That's such a clever way to kind of accessorize it a bit further. I saw a sneaky peek of it on Facebook just before I hopped on, and it looks gorgeous. I thought I was done making snowflakes, but I think maybe not.
So I will switch now to my hand camera, and I will also show the instructions on screen. So I will be a student again. Like Chloe was teaching me recently to make her puffy jewel.
Oh, I was watching that. That was
super fun also. And now I'm a student again, so Rowena will guide us. I will also be a student and make my second snowflake. So I switch my camera, and please let me know if you can still hear me, because that's always a risky moment.
Oh, lovely. There we go.
Okay, sorry, I had to make a quick switch.
Well, that's fine. I think we're all good now.
Biggest.
I can see a lovely tidy bead mat and some diagrams, so that's all we need.
Yeah, my bead mat changed since we did our quick audio check about an hour ago. Now it's not messy anymore.
Perfect. So, okay, we're going to go ahead and get started. So for this project, you're probably going to need about an arm span's worth of threads, just not too much. It's only a quick make. And I will say, me and Erika were talking earlier about things we tell people to do but don't do ourselves. I will say before we get started, you need to double check your holes in your SuperDuos, because we're going to be using both holes on each SuperDuo. So starting with probably just over 1 meter's worth of thread, or whatever length you're comfortable with. We're going to pick up 6 SuperDuo beads. And then we're going to thread through all of them again once more, push them down to kind of just before the end of your thread. So you've got a wee bit of a tail to hold on to. Perfect. And we're going to go through all of those beads again, same hole, same direction once more to bring them round into a circle, like you can see in the diagram just there. And we're going to pull that nice and tight. That's the center of our snowflake. So sometimes you need to do a wee bit of jiggling to get that nice. Yeah, go through the first one once more just to kind of really make that circle nice and round. And then we're going to thread up into the second hole of that same bead, so that we're coming out the top holes of that original circle just there.
Am I doing good, Rowena?
You're doing so well, Erika. As well. This is fantastic. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Okay, perfect. So what we're going to do now is we're going to add on a second lot of SuperDuos, and we're going to connect them with some size 15 seed beads. So we're going to pick up 2 size 15 seed beads, 1 SuperDuo, and another 2 size 15 seed beads. And we're going to thread through that second hole that we're exiting once more. Yep, just like that, into that, and pull that nice and tight. And that's going to bring that to sit on top like that. And we've got the 2 15s kind of covering the gap between the two. Brilliant. So now we're going to add that along to the next one. But for that, we've got to do a wee bit of weaving. So we're going to go back through the first hole of that bead, pull that nice and tight. The first hole of the next bead along in that original circle. Yep. And then up through that second hole of that next bead along. And you can see that in the thread path on the diagram there, just that wee kind of snake round that we're going to do to get to the right place. And then it's the same as before. We're going to do 2 size 15s, 1 SuperDuo, and 2 size 15s again. Thread through that second hole that we're exiting once more and down into the first hole of the original circle, and then thread through the first hole of the next SuperDuo along one more time, and then up into the second hole again. And we're just going to continue to do that all the way around, just to add on this second layer. Now it's going to feel super floppy at this point. Don't worry, we are going to kind of firm it up at a later stage. So don't worry about doing extra passes or anything like that at the moment. I have the worst tension. My stuff is always super floppy, but even mine don't need stiffening, so we'll be totally fine. And then just keep going around. And this is kind of what I was saying as well about if you're using a contrasting thread, because you're kind of going through all of the holes and weaving in and out. So you are going to get those visible thread paths, which could be a fun feature. Or if you're Erika, you can just put a wee sparkle over the top of it, which I love.
You know, I am always solving all my beady problems with either putting, with either attaching a rhinestone on top of it or attaching the motif itself to a filigree.
Oh,
so, or beaders will like laugh here because when they tell me like, it's not flat enough, put it on a filigree. I don't know how to attach it to something. Attach it to a filigree. All my problems are solved with filigrees and with rhinestones, basically.
Yeah, excellent, excellent. That sounds like the perfect solution. And yeah, just like Erika just spotted there and problem solved, just make sure you're not getting any loops of thread as you're kind of going through. Just because we have got sticky outy bits at the moment, so they can kind of get caught. Someone actually in the comments, I'm so sorry, I'm rubbish with names, says it's not Erika's snowflake if it doesn't have a rhinestone in the middle. And yep, I think that's spot on.
Yeah, Angelica knows me already.
Fantastic, fantastic.
By the way, I really like how the 2 SuperDuo beads, which are like in one line, how neatly they sit on top of each other.
They really do. Yeah, when I first kind of was playing around with this design, I used just a general twin bead instead of a SuperDuo, and it was nowhere near as neat because you've not got that nice kind of sharp SuperDuo shape. And I actually think at the end of this stage, the shape it makes looks really, really lovely, and it would be perfect, like you say, to put just on a filigree as it is or something like that. You've got a really delicate but quite distinctive shape, which I really like.
Yeah, or maybe like you can even sew it down to an ultra sweet piece of
it would be
and combine it with embroidery.
Brilliant in bead embroidery, because it is that bit, that that bit floppy to kind of be on its own, and there's not really enough thread paths for you to be able to stiffen it at this point, but that's fine. That's not a problem. So Erika has fantastically just done her last one there, and she stopped. She's gone through the next one. That's fine.
Okay.
Sorry, I tried to so for the last one, you don't need to go back into the circle, because what we're going to do now is we're going to add to the very outside. We're done with the circle, the inner circle for now. So you can either, sorry, it's the next. Yeah, so that's the one we're on just now. So that's your last one. So you're going to go through it. And basically what we want to do is we want to come out of the second hole of a second SuperDuo. So you can, if you've gone too far, don't worry, keep going through or reverse it, whatever's easier for you. And you're going to come back out of the top of that second SuperDuo in that second hole. And what we're going to do now is we're going to add on both the tips of the snowflakes, and we're going to kind of connect up the points a wee bit here as well. So coming out of that second hole of the second SuperDuo, and now we're going to pick up 2 size 15s.
2 size 15s.
Yep, followed by 1 size 11. And 2 more size 15s. So 2, 1, 2. Yeah, perfect. And we're going to go through that second hole one more time to kind of bring it around into a circle to make a little picot just on top of that we won there. Yeah.
Okay, I just put a little hat on top of my SuperDuo.
Yeah, a perfect little hat. That's fantastic. And then if we flip to the next diagram, if that's okay.
Of course. Just sorry, in the meanwhile, they had some questions.
Oh, okay, of course.
Angela is asking if it's possible to watch the video again later. And Angela, it's absolutely possible. It will stay online, both on the Facebook page of Beading School and also on the Facebook page of the Bead Workers Guild. And actually, we have also a YouTube channel, Beading School by Erika, and there you can easily find all the classes that I have done in the past. You can find there, for example, the interview with Chloe, who is also volunteering for the Bead Workers Guild. You can find there many, many different things that might be of interest to you. And Carol says that she needs a little bit slower pace. So sorry, I will.
That's me as well. I talk super fast. But Carol, you can always watch it later. So hopefully if you kind of get the gist of it with us, and then if there is anything you're stuck with, you can watch it again, or please obviously get in touch with one of us and we can help. That's not a problem. Okay, so we've added our little hat onto that one. And now what we're going to do is we're going to connect the two kind of arms of the snowflake together. So we're going to pick up 2 size 15s, and we're going to go through the next 2 15s that are sitting just in that wee valley there. Yeah, just like that. Perfect. And then we're going to pick up 1 size 11 bead, and we're going to thread up through the next 2 15s that are on the next kind of arm of the snowflake, as it were. I don't know the names of snowflake anatomy, sorry. I'm going to call them arms. And then we're going to pick up 2 more size 15 beads, and we're going to go through that second hole of that second SuperDuo just there. Perfect. And then we're going to repeat the last 2 kind of steps again. So we're going to add a little hat onto this guy as well. So that's going to be using 2 size 15s, 1 size 11, and 2 size 15s. And we're going to go through that hole one more time to bring that to sit on the top. Perfect. Pull that nice and tight. Make sure we've not got any loops. That's perfect. And then again, we're going to pick up 2 size 15s. We're going to go through the next 2 15s down on the arm. Perfect. Into the valley, I'm now calling it. Pick up 1 size 11 bead. Up through the next 2 15s on the next arm along. Pick up 2 more size 15 seed beads. And go through that second hole of that second SuperDuo on the next one. And we're just going to keep doing that the whole way around until we've got beads in kind of in all of the valleys, and we've got hats on all of the arms. They should be gloves, shouldn't they, if they're arms? But we'll go with that.
That's so true.
I'm inventing this whole new language as we go. Now,
it can be the legs and socks also.
Whatever part you like. Now, it is going to be a wee bit gappy. We're not kind of filling in the whole edge of the snowflake now. There is still going to be some gaps, but we are going to fill those in the next step. So don't worry too much if it feels like you've got some kind of gaps in your beadwork as you're going along, because we will kind of come back to them. And once we've done this as well, the next stage is really going to firm it up. So again, please don't worry if it's still feeling a little bit like a melted snowflake rather than a super crisp winter snowflake.
It looks wonderful when it's finished, when everything is done, as you say in the tutorial, everything is connected, everything is filled in, what needs to be filled in, then it's super nice and sturdy. And
yeah, it's one of those where the last couple of steps really kind of pull it all together nice and tightly. So yeah, and it's just a lot of repetition as well. The hardest part of this pattern is being able to count. And I think we only need to count as high as 3. So I think we should all be okay. So we're just going down into those 2 15s there between the beads. We're going to put 1 11 into that, almost that valley between the arms there, and go up through the next 2 15s along. And then we're going to put 2 15s onto our needle and go through the second hole of the second SuperDuo. So I'll just talk through kind of the whole step again one more time for you. So we're coming out of the second hole of the second SuperDuo. We're at the end of the arm, and now we're going to put a little hat on it. So we're going to pick up 2 size 15 seed beads, 1 size 11 seed bead, and 2 size 15 seed beads. And we're going to go through that hole once more to bring them round to sit on top of that one there. Perfect. And pull that nice and tight. And then we're going to pick up 2 size 15 seed beads and go down through the next 2 15 seed beads along into the kind of the valley of the snowflake. Or it's the armpit, I guess, if we've got arms, isn't it? And we're going to pick up 1 size 11 seed bead and go through the 2 size 15 seed beads just on the other side on the next arm along. And in this one here, Cynthia says she loves the colors you're using, Erika. I totally agree. So our size 11 beads are kind of this lovely darker blue. And then I think we've got silver size 15s, haven't we? So it's a nice contrast. I've done mine all in white, which is lovely, but hard because you can't tell what's what unless you're really concentrating.
I love to use this silver, especially like this time for like festive jewels.
Yeah.
It's actually a collaborative bead between Miyuki and between one of my favorite Czech manufacturers. So the bead itself is a Miyuki, and then this partner of ours, he applied one of these super popular Czech coatings, the full Labrador, on the Miyuki bead. And I love it because it's not this yellowish silver, you know. Many times what you get is not actually silver, and this is it. And it lasts, and it sparkles, and it's true silver. I can only recommend it.
And do you sell those in your beading school?
Yeah, I use it all the time. We have it in size 15, size 11, size 8.
Oh, I love
it. Quartilas.
Oh, I love it when you can get the color in all the sizes and all the ranges. That just makes my little heart sing. That's fantastic. Oh, well, I will be straight on beadingschool.com after this to get some of those, because this color combination with the blue as well is just gorgeous. It's lovely and wintry without being overtly Christmassy, if that makes sense. Some people don't really like that. I love the, you know, Christmas tree earrings and all of that, but this is a more elegant approach, I think, that you're doing here, and it's really, really lovely.
Thank you. I'm thinking about using the snowflakes. Well, after I complete my pair of earrings, I might even use them as decorations in our flat, in our home. And yeah, I thought that the blue color will also better for that.
Yeah, if you pop them on either a wee bit of fireline or monofilament or something kind of a wee bit clear as well, then they really do look like they're floating, which is gorgeous. So we're coming up to doing the last bit just here, and we're going up through the 2 15s just there on that last arm. We're going to pick up 2 15s, and we're going to go again through that second hole of the second SuperDuo. And that kind of finishes that round. So now what we're going to do in the next round, as it were, is we're going to fill in any gaps, but we're not going to go through, sorry, Erika, it's a couple ahead still. We're not going to go through size 11 beads on the hats, on the tips of the arms. We're going to go through the 15s and the 11s in the valley, but not at the tip. And that's going to really make those beads kind of pop out at the top there. So to get to the right place, what we're going to do is we're coming out of that second hole. We're going to thread down through the next 1, 2, 3, 4 size 15s, which will take us into the right into the valley, as we're calling it. We're going to go through the size 11 at that inside corner there. And then we're going to come up through the next, again, 1, 2, 3, 4 size 15 seed beads. Now you may notice in your one, there's a wee bit of a gap at this point. Do you know, there's just a wee bit where it's not quite covered. So this is where we're going to add in some extra beads in this last round. So we're going to pick up 1 size 15 seed bead, and we're going to go through the next 2 size 15s. We're ignoring that size 11 on the top. We really want him to stick out. And we're going to go through the next 2 15s instead and pull nice and tight so that the thread that we've just added through is going to pop itself under that size 11. So instead of being a nice kind of rounded edge, we've popped it out like that. Perfect.
Yeah, I really see the difference between the two.
It really kind of gives it that kind of sharp edge that you like to see on a snowflake. So again, we've got a wee bit of a gap. So we're going to pick up 1 size 15. We're going to go through the next 4 15s right down into that valley and pull that nice and tight. And this is reinforcing your kind of snowflake and making sure it really stands out. We're going to go through that size 11 at the bottom there and up through the next 4 size 15s. We're going to repeat the whole process. So we're going to pick up a size 15. We're going to go through the next 2 on that very top of the arm. We're ignoring the 11. We're not going through that one again. And we're going through the 2 15s on the other side. And what Erika's done just there is brilliant. Pulling the thread across so we know that it's going to sit nice and tightly under that 11. Got a wee gap. So we add in another size 15. We go through the next 1, 2, 3, 4, down into that valley and through the next 11. And we're just going to repeat that the whole way around. So we've now got what feels like quite a firm, quite a rigid snowflake with hopefully no kind of gappy bits or anything where we've come out of one hole of the SuperDuo and not kind of covered the gap, as it were. If you are using either different branded seed beads or maybe a twin bead as opposed to a SuperDuo, this bit you might not need to add a 15 or you might need to add 2 15s. That can kind of be up to you. That's really kind of a judgment call depending on what you're using. But for this one, I found you just need just a 1 wee one in there. And especially if you buy some of Erika's gorgeous magic coated ones that she's using here, that seems to work perfectly.
I really like how it's coming together. The arms are becoming so elegant. The shape is nice. With the frame.
Yeah, and you can totally finish it at this step here if you want. There's another step afterwards, which I personally love because it's just that wee bit extra. And I'm not for minimalism in beads, I'm for maximalism. But if you do want to kind of just like the shape, or you're wanting to, like Erika said, you're maybe making a wee kind of display or decoration, it'd be nice to have some varied kind of shapes in there. You can stop at the end of this stage and you've got a lovely, really simple snowflake. But I prefer the next stage, if I'm honest. I think in beading, more is more.
Yeah. Oh, I just realized that if we are talking about arms of the snowflake, then these beads are actually in the armpits.
The armpit. It's not quite a nice phrase, though, is it? The armpit of the snowflake. Mind you, I suppose if it was legs of the snowflake, that wouldn't be any better. So we'll stick arms.
Sorry, I will not be able to bead.
That's okay. Oh, I should really have looked up what the terminology is for snowflake, shouldn't I, before? Sorry.
I'm sure beaders, all 102, by the way, who are watching now, will forgive.
Sorry, I shouldn't have said that, should I? That should have been one of those thoughts that stayed in my head. This reminds me of with the Bead Workers Guild, obviously, because we're all about the community, we do drop-in sessions once a month. So we're not as online as you are, Erika, but we do on the last Saturday of the month, we have a morning and an afternoon drop-in session, and they're open to anyone. And we always start off innocently enough on these lovely topics. And then, you know, someone brings up the legs of a snowflake and we're all gone again. It's
That's wonderful, the drop-ins that you are doing.
Yeah, so we have drop-ins that they're open to everyone and they're free. And then every now and again we do what we call a meet, mingle and make, which is a slightly longer session. And you get a booklet of programs, a booklet of patterns, and they're on a certain theme. So we do have one of those coming up in December. I think I've ruined the snowflakes for everyone. I'm really sorry. They're such a lovely pattern, and I'm I've got a bit anatomical with them. But yeah, so we have a meet, mingle and make coming up on the 16th of December, and that has lots of Christmassy patterns. So it's worth having a wee look on our website after you've been to Erika's website to have a look at the dates for our upcoming online events. Perfect. So how are you doing there, Erika? Are you adding in, is that your last size 15 you're adding in there?
I think so.
Perfect. Fantastic. Yeah. So what you're going to do is once you've added in your last size 15, you're going to, again, go through those next 4 size 15s down into that size 11 in the valley, I'm going to call it. And then you come up through the next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 size 15. So the 4 that were there before and the 1 you've just added in. Now, at this point, if you are using quite a chunky needle, you might need to switch to a thinner one because we have gone through these 15s a couple of times. That's the brilliant thing about the Miyuki ones is I find I can get a good needle rammed through there. So that's good. So now what we're going to do is we're going to add a wee bit of webbing kind of in between snowflake arms, just to give it that real last final touch. So we're going to pick up 3 oxters is a much nicer word, and that's a good point there. We'll call them oxters. That's lovely. So we're going to pick up, 3 size 15 seed beads, 1 size 11, and 3 size 15 seed beads. So that's 3, 1, and 3. And then what we're going to do is we're going to ignore the last 3 that we put on, and we're going to go back through. So if we slide those all the way down, so they're sitting nice and snug, and we're going to ignore the last 3 size 15s, and we're going to go back through the size 11. And what that's going to do is create a tiny wee picot, or a little kind of point of beads there. That's perfect. So we're going to pick up another 3 size 15 seed beads. And then we're going to go into the 3rd size 15 down on the opposite arm, as it were. So we're bridging the oxters is what we're doing. So this is the size 15 that we added in the last round. Yeah, just getting our diagram sorted. So we're going to go in that one and the next 4 to go, and the next 2, sorry. So we're just going through 3 this time, because instead of going right down into the oxter, we're going to use that first hole of that second SuperDuo bead. So we've gone in the 1, 2, 3rd size 15 down from the top, and we've gone through the next 2 beads. And now we're going to go through that second hole there in the same direction as before. Yeah, perfect. And this just saves us really clogging up the holes of the beads too much. It's just a wee shortcut. And now we're going to go up through the 3rd, 4th, and 5th size 15 on that side. So yeah, just like that. So again, we're exiting that extra 15 that we'd added in to kind of bridge the wee gap there. And we're just going to repeat this again. So we're going to pick up 3 size 15 seed beads, 1 size 11, and 3 size 15 seed beads.
So basically, I'm always ignoring the first 2 seed beads.
Yeah.
And the last 2.
And the last 2. Yeah, perfect.
Okay.
So we're
just great to remember then.
Yes, that's a really good way to remember it. Thank you, Erika. So yeah, ignoring those 3 there, going back through that size 11 to create our wee picot. Pulling that nice and tight. Brilliant. So we're going to pick up 3. And again, exactly like Erika said, we're ignoring the first 2 and the last 2 and just going through those middle 3 size 15s to bridge the gap just there. Perfect. And we're going to do that all the way around just to add those extra points. And on the last one, I just did it on the last one because that was when I remembered. I was like, oh, I'm going to need a hanging loop. on the last one, you're going to add in some extra seed beads in that wee picot there, just so that you've got kind of a little inbuilt hanging loop, really. My ones that I did, I've just had them on a wee kind of, it's called a beading hoop type thing, just a wee finding like that. So I've only added in 5 seed beads because I only needed a very small loop. But if you were going to do something slightly bigger, then you could maybe add in some more.
I really like your way with the hoop earrings, that it's like so airy, the design itself, and so like lacy, airy, and lightweight. And the hoop itself,
so lightweight.
That style.
Yeah, because if you think about it, I mean, you're using maybe a gram of beads. That's it, which is it's not that many, to be honest, for most of my earring patterns. So it's a really lightweight, and they've kind of got that nice movement to them and that nice dangle that again kind of mimics the lacy feel that you get. So yeah, and but I having seen your ones now and how you've kind of taken the design and added to it, I'm like, oh, I might take them off the hoops and add some more to it.
I think that's great about the hoops, that actually you can, I guess, remove the snowflake.
Exactly. Yeah.
And
you can just
use it in different ways.
Take them on and off and just swap them. And I really started kind of wearing this hoop style of earring more because of mask wearing, because I found that these don't fly off. Oh, that one just did. These don't fly off when you're taking on and off a mask, because they have got that kind of fixed rigidity to them as opposed to a fishhook. But that was just a COVID leftover that stuck with me.
Yeah, I think we all learned some new things during that period.
Absolutely.
And what I like about this snowflake, that we can actually finish it in so many different ways that it leaves enough room for playing and experimenting, so everyone can personalize it how she likes.
Of course. I mean, even just there, like watching you with the different colors, like you could use, for example, you could use a darker SuperDuo in the middle 6 and a lighter SuperDuo in the outside. And then if you had that dark 11 in the 𝐋𝐈𝐒𝐓 and maybe graduated your seed beads out, like graded the color to have like a real burst, that would be lovely as well. So there's loads of different things you could do, keeping the design as it is. But like Erika says, you can take the design further. You know, add a filigree, add something into the center, maybe keep adding more arms and more 𝐋𝐈𝐒𝐓s, and see kind of where you go from there. Because I think the magic rule science-wise with snowflakes is 6. They tend to have that 6 arms or whatever. So I think so long as we kind of keep going out with that, it will still have that recognizable snowflake quality.
When I finished mine, then I was actually also thinking about, like, if I wanted to make it bigger, just a coincidence, maybe like half an hour before we started beading together, then some like solo beads landed on my bead mat. I got a package from our treasury, and I thought that I could maybe attach them into the gaps and then frame them in the same way with some size 15s.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think that would be really, really lovely. Yeah, you could definitely just kind of keep going with it and see. It'd be interesting to see how big we could make it. Someone comes, I mean, maybe slightly too big for earrings, but you could almost make it into kind of a snowflake mandala type thing by just keep going with it. Karen's asked a really good question. She says, can we order the duos from you? And Erika, you sell everything, don't you, that's included in this pattern?
Absolutely, like everything what you see here exactly in these colors, they are available at beadingschool.com, and we would love to make you happy with a package from us. And actually, I even have a little idea for you if you are looking forward to getting something beady for the holidays, celebrate the end of the year, and to maybe build up your stash a little bit. So we actually have a so-called advent calendar coming soon.
Yeah, I saw this. This looks amazing because it's a digital one, isn't it?
Well, it's not the. I made a mistake in the.
That's me. I was distracting you, talking too much.
Not at all. It's my I did not. I was like kind of looking at the screen at the same time and then just beading still. So what's happening here? It is a virtual calendar, and it is actually a 24-day long event. When every day we have a super special deal or a different surprise available at beadingschool.com. So those beaders who sign up for the Beading School calendar, then every day exactly at the same time, it's 3 in the afternoon my time in Amsterdam, 2 in the afternoon in the UK, then we publish that what is the surprise of the day. So then either it is like a very nice discount for a product group that, for example, we had last year like 27% on Miyuki round seed beads, or another day, like I don't remember the exact numbers, but it's usually between 20 and 30. And this year for one product group, we will actually go up for 50. So it's like a perfect way to like build up one's stash.
Yeah,
I really posted the link. Thank you so much. But also we have like super nice things available, which are sometimes custom made for us, or which are hard to get. And only Advent calendar beaders get access, or they get first dips on them.
Brilliant. Oh, Erika, that's such a lovely idea. I really like it as well, because you're getting so many offers and things like you say, it would be great to kind of help you build up a stash and stuff, but equally the special coatings and colorways sound fantastic. Oh, that's amazing, Erika. And that's the link that Zuzi's posted there in the comments, is it, for the Advent calendar?
Yeah, and I think it's visible at the moment only where she posted it. And since we are having the video in both places, then I would like to make sure that we have them.
Yeah, of course. We need to let everyone know about this. It sounds amazing. And does it need to be purchased before the 1st of January? The 1st of December, sorry.
Well, like we have a limited number of places available.
Oh, wow. Okay, so we need to really go and sign up now.
Yes, like we are all about quality. Like when you receive a package from us, then even if it's July, we like to say that we want to make you feel like it's Christmas. Now, really, Christmas is coming. So yeah, it will be even better. But to make it possible and to like have a designated space for everyone in our treasury for 1 month long, it is limited that how many beaders can participate.
Brilliant. I love that. I love that it's kind of like you say, the quality is there as well, because I'm all for, I love chocolate, don't get me wrong, but I'm all for kind of a bit of a special Advent calendar, just because it really makes December just so magical and wonderful. I'm in Scotland, and the daylight here is just non-existent in the winter. So I really love Advent because we get all of these surprises and wonderful things. And it's the perfect thing for kind of a wee surprise every day. Sounds fantastic. And to know it's really good quality as well. I'm definitely going to go and sign up. That sounds fantastic.
And you know what's the best? That there might be even chocolate included.
Well, sold. That sounds amazing. What a lovely thing to do.
And actually, I have here one of the custom coated cabochons.
Oh, can we see?
And I would love to show it. It also just landed on my bead mat this half an hour ago.
Oh my word, that's gorgeous.
So this is completely new and it's custom made. So we call it glittery effect. And if you look into it, then it's purple and pink and sparkly at the same time.
Right, sold. I'm gonna as soon as this is over, I'm going there to buy them. That looks fantastic.
So we can't wait to share all of this. But also, besides the extra stuff, we are basically traveling through the whole Beading School bead shop. So everything will be available, and we are adding new stuff every day. So it will be an exciting time.
Yeah, that sounds so exciting. I can imagine you've kind of had to get your treasury staff to sign some sort of non-disclosure to keep all these secrets. That looks fantastic. And everyone is loving it in the comments too. Cheryl's asked, what's the name of that colorway? Does it have a name?
Well, actually, it's so new that I still did not choose a name for it.
Exciting.
It is super fresh. So
super fresh. Well, I was just looking through the comments there, and Caroline Kane says that the name of the arms on the snowflakes is actually dendrites. So if you have any snowflakey colorways that need naming, I think dendrite is better than oxter. I'm just going to put it out there.
I like that. Thank you so much for helping us out.
Yeah.
And I think I have my snowflake ready.
Oh, fantastic. So yeah, so all you need to do then is secure and trim your thread ends, just kind of in whatever way suits you best. What I tend to do is I tended to kind of go back into some size 15s and knot the thread between, and then but it's just whatever works for you, really. Make sure to finish off your tail thread as well, so your middle doesn't kind of collapse, as it were. But Erika, that's gorgeous. I really love the colors you've used.
I'm super happy with it. And this is how I finished my first one. So I actually love super long earrings. And yeah, I had that little problem with my black satin fire line showing in the middle. So then I covered the middle of the snowflake with a 6mm Preciosa Suwon rhinestone. This one comes, what I used, it's Capri Blue in a gold setting. So I think it matches the SuperDuos perfectly.
Yeah, and it really tones lovely with your size 11s as well. I love the kind of the blue colorways you've got, because it's really not overtly Christmassy, but it's lovely and wintry. So it really kind of fills that gap there. That's beautiful. And I'm going to check all of those bits are available from your beadingschool.com.
Yeah, everything. This is actually a historic filigree that I added at the top. So this company who makes it, they are one of my most beloved partners in the beading world. So they have some machines which are, some of them 100 years old, but the filigrees are newly made. So they are made according to the highest standard, like the what's inside the metal. It is the best that you can have. But the designs and the machines, some of them are literally 100 years old. So we call them historic filigrees. And they have such rich details. Like when you compare them to ordinary filigrees, then nowadays the new ones are made with like one stamp. Every machine has like a stamp that cuts out the filigree. But these ones have one shape, is going through 6 or 7 stamps. So the first stamp maybe just marks the outline. Then the second one gives a bit of details. The third one cuts the holes. So it is special.
Erika, I love that. I mean, your beading school shop is brilliant. It really is. It's got such a good range. But I just really love your attention to like the detail and to the quality of your products with the limited edition coatings. And I mean, that filigree, you can tell how good a quality it is because the camera's picking up all the details. It's just gorgeous. I just really love your attention to detail and to like the history involved as well. That's so lovely. Oh, I'm going to have to get some of those as well. I can see my basket getting quite full anyway, but it's just been payday, so that's fine by me.
Like, I think it really makes a difference how we feel about our beadwork. That if the components, if they come from a special place like this old factory, then it just feels so good. And the result, when we put in so much work, it's worth it.
Yeah, of course.
It makes a difference.
And I think that's true as well. Like when you think about, maybe not with these snowflakes because they are quite a quick project, but when you think about the time that you put into some of your pieces, you know, your time is very valuable and you don't want to finish it off just with something that's a bit kind of meh. You know, you want that real nice attention to detail and that real high quality. And I think that's really like, it's really obvious in all of your products and your kind of curated categories and everything. Oh, I'm so excited for the advent calendar now.
Oh, thank you so much. And what I wanted to tell to our beaders about the journal, that actually those beaders who managed to join from today until well, either in the next 3 days or until all the remaining spots are gone, and they write guild into the order message field.
For their advent calendar, is this, sorry?
For the advent calendar.
Brilliant.
Sorry. So yeah, if you sign up for the calendar and you put guild into the order message field, then after 3 days, I will put all the names into a hat, and one lucky beader will be rewarded by a full year subscription to the journal and the membership in the guild. And we would love to give that as a Christmas present.
So lovely. Thank you so much. I am going to go and buy the advent calendar. I will not do that because I feel like it'd be a bit biased if I won, but thank you so much. That's so generous of you. And yeah, I really appreciate that. The guild is wonderful and your Beading School Academy is wonderful. And I think the focus on community and quality, especially from you, Erika, I really appreciate it. And I'm sure there's many, many other beaders out there who really appreciate it.
Thank you, Rowena. And that's actually why I also love doing whatever we do together with the guild. Because I feel us being so much in alignment with the values that we represent.
Absolutely.
With what we would like to bring to the beading world. So I also I am thankful for today's opportunity to be this together with you, Rowena.
Oh, it's been so lovely. And yeah, I really hope everyone's kind of understood it okay. And you can get the pattern. Erika's kind of put the link in and everything. If you do have any problems, then pop us an email either at the Bead Workers Guild, or if you email Erika and she can put you in touch, please do let us know. I'm excited to see all of the snowflakes appearing, hopefully, over the next few days. So that's really exciting.
Yes, so if you have a question, then we are waiting for you also at info@beadingschool.com, where we can answer everything. And if you post a picture of your finished snowflake in the Beading School Club, then we would love to then share it on the page so everyone can see all the different combinations and colors. And
fantastic. Yeah, so we have our Facebook, we have the Bead Workers Guild Facebook page, which is where this is going live. And then we also have the Bead Workers Guild group, which is purely dedicated to all things Bead Workers Guild. So all of the makes in there are projects you can find in the journal or on our workshops and anything like that. I'm just going to quickly plug as well our Meet, Mingle and Make Christmas workshop, which is coming up on the 16th of December. All the details of that can be found on our website. And Erika, your next video will be Friday. Is it that you're next back on our screens?
Well, actually, this Friday it will be an offline. No one has to be
there. Okay.
So we will post a pattern, even if I need to rest a little bit because I was teaching all month long in the Seed Beads and More group too. But I don't want to leave our beaders without inspiration. So
but we'll hear from you. Yeah, we'll hear from you on Thursday anyway, when the start of the advent calendar, will we not?
Oh yes. Fantastic. 2 more times to sleep.
I'm really excited. I'm definitely gonna go and double check. And yeah, sorry, can I just clarify? Yes, thank you, Sue Baldwin. It is the 10th and not the 16th. I'm not sure what I'm doing on the 16th, but the Meet, Mingle and Make is definitely on the 10th. Thank you, Sue, for that. Sorry, I'm just too excited by all these snowflakes and oxters flying around everywhere. Oh, thank you so much for having us on, Erika. I've really enjoyed it, and I'm gonna hop off and get that advent calendar before it sells out.
Thank you so much, Rowena, for the wonderful pattern and the fun time together. And I wish all the Bead Workers Guild beaders and Beading School beaders a very nice time to prepare for the holidays. I hope you will have plenty of time to bead lots of snowflakes. and wishing you a peaceful creative holiday season.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Rowena, and everyone.
Thank you. Bye, everyone.
Bye bye. Have a nice
Bye.
rest of the day.